Hello and welcome, my dear grade 11 advanced students, to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. This is Ms. Ruchika welcoming you to another video on your exam coverage EOT for term 2. Today we are on learning objective number 10, graph circles. In this session, we will be focusing on solving word problems on circle. So you see the formula sheet on the screen for the equation of circle. You should learn and remember it along with the distance formula that we will use to find the radius of the circle. So let's start with the EOT questions from the next slide. So this is the first word problem. Let's read it together and also highlight important information which is very important. So a satellite is in a circular orbit. So this is your keyword circular that tells you will use the equation of circle formula. So what is the equation of circle? It depends. What is the center? So here it's given center of the earth is origin. So that means the equation x square plus y square equal to r square will help you. Perfect. Now the circular orbit is 25,000 miles above the earth. And there is also one more important information given that 8,000 miles is the diameter of the earth. Now what you need to find? You need to find the equation of the orbit of the satellite. That means you need to find the equation of this circular orbit. So in order to solve this question correctly without doing any mistake, you first need to do the part B. That is, you need to draw the sketch of the earth and the orbit to scale and then label it accordingly. So I don't have a ruler here, so I'll be doing a rough sketch, and then in the next slide I will show you the proper answer key also. Just try to understand the concept, and if you understand the concept nicely, if you understand how we are drawing the sketch of the earth in the orbit, your answer will be perfectly correct. Let me assume this is my earth. So this is the center of the earth. What is the center of the earth? The origin, 0, 0, already given. That's why I use this equation. So this is 0, 0. Okay, so definitely this is my x-axis. This one is my y-axis. Perfect. Now the satellite is going to orbit around the earth. So it'll revolve around the earth. So definitely I'm assuming at any moment, say my satellite is here. This is a small one, so I name it S. E is for Earth. Now this orbit that this satellite is taking around the Earth is also circular. So I will try to draw a roughly circular orbit. So as you can see, this is the path that the satellite will follow, and it is in a circular shape. Sorry, it's not a perfect circle, but please bear with me because I'm drawing it with freehand. You may use your compass for drawing a nice diagram. Oh, this is better. So this is how I get my stuff. Now let's mark the distances. So what is 8,000? This is the diameter of the earth. So you know radius is half of diameter. So 8,000 divided by 2. So 4,000 miles. This is my radius of the earth. So can I say at any point, if I connect the center to any point on the earth, is this total distance or this radius is gonna be 4,000. Perfect. And now let's mark the other one, 25,000. This is what distance? It is the distance of the orbit and the earth, above the earth. So I start from this point. This point is above the earth and this point is the satellite orbit. So this total distance in between, how much? 25,000. So let's now calculate. Let me change color. So now if I ask you what is the radius of this circular orbit, because we have to find the equation of the circular orbit, just see what we want. So that means x square plus y square equal to r square. X and y will remain the same. Why? Because the center of the orbit is also 0, 0. So same equation works. But this radius is now more. How much? 4,000 plus 25,000. So total radius 29,000 unit is miles. So I will now just plug in place of r this value, and then you can use your calculator to square this big number. It comes out to be 841,123,456. Yes. So that's your equation, x square plus y square equal to this big number. Okay, so that's how you solve the word problem on circle. Very easy basic concept, and the figure makes it very clear for you. that how you are going to calculate the radius. So now you can check your answer key. This is the perfect solution. We've got the same solution. You can also see how we have done the sketch. This is how you have to be doing it in the exam, using proper ruler, pencil, compass, and making it a perfect circle. Let's now move further and solve another question. Read the word problem, highlight the important information. That's always step one. So suppose an unobstructed radio station broadcast could travel 120 kilometers. Assume that the station is centered at origin 0, 0. Oh, perfect. So that means the equation you will use is x square plus y square equal to r square. So first part, you need to write the equation that represents the boundary of the broadcast with the origin as the center. So I know this is my equation. Radius is also nicely given, so not a problem. You can replace your r with 120. So when you do that and do the square, it will come out to be 120 square, which is 14400. So that completes A part, very easy. Now for B part, we need to draw the figure of directions. That means we will draw the x and the y axis. Up is north, down direction south, right direction is always east, and opposite to it is west. Remember this positive, this negative, positive, negative. So on the right of the x-axis we are positive, on the left of the x-axis we are negative, on the top of the y-axis upwards is positive, bottom is negative. So we follow the signs also. Now what is given in part B? If the transmission tower is relocated 40 kilometers east, so which direction are we going? We are going on the right east 40 kilometers, so plus 40. And 10 kilometers south means down, negative. Then an increased signal will transmit additional 80 kilometers. So I add 80 to the old radius. So what's the new radius? 120 plus 80. It says very clearly it will have an additional 80 kilometers that it will cover. So this is now the new radius 200. So let's use the equation for B part. Now for B part, because now the center has changed, it is no longer 0, 0. It is plus 40 minus 10. Can you see that? Because on the x-axis it is going on the right, on the y-axis it's going down, so you have to take plus 40 minus 10. So can I say the new center is h equal to 40, k equal to minus 10? Yeah. And now you can write the equation. This is the translated equation with the new radius. So let's plug in. H is 40 square, y is minus 10. So minus k would be minus of minus plus. Sign will change. R is 200 square. So what's your final equation? The final answer for this question would be x minus 40 whole square plus y plus 10 whole square equal to 40,000. Okay. Let's check the answer key. So yes, we've solved it in a perfect manner. You can now check your answer. And in a similar way, exactly similar to question 48, you can solve yourself question 50, which I will show you in some time. So let's do question 50 first, and then we'll come back for 49 because 49 is a little tricky. So try question 50 and then check your answer. It's exactly similar to the B part of this one, just they have changed the numbers a little bit here and there. So if you read this question properly, question number 50, it also has some distance and some direction which is involved. So definitely we will be having the same diagram that we used for direction to be able to find our center. So let's mark how many kilometers west? 35. So this is negative side, so minus 35. 40 kilometers north means positive. So how much is your h? H is on the x-axis minus 35. How much is k? K on the y-axis plus 40. So can I use the same equation? X minus h plus y minus k whole square equal to r square. What about the radius? So radius is given to be 55. Very easy, no change. So I can just plug in 55 on the right side, make it square, and this will come out to be 3025. Let's plug in h and k. H is negative, so minus of h will be positive. K is positive, so directly and that's your answer. So you can check your answer key, very, very easy. Let's now do the most important question in the EOT from the topic of circles, which is 49. And I want you to pay attention because it involves a little bit of simplification and algebra when we do the radicals. Okay, very important question. Let's start reading it first. Concentric circles are circles with the same center but different radii. Very important concept. And in this question for part B and C, we'll be using the concept of concentric circles along with the equation of the circle. So for this question, x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square will be giving you your answer. Reason being that nowhere it is mentioned that the center is 0, 0. So we are going to assume the center to be h comma k and the radius to be r, obviously. So refer to this graph. The good thing is graph is already given. AB is the diameter, as you can see. For A part, you need to write the equation of the circle concentric with the circle at the right with radius 4 units greater. So if we are able to find the radius of this blue circle, can I say we will just add 4 for this? Very good. And for this one, subtract 2 because the radius has to be 2 units less. For concentric circle, the center is same. So same value of h comma k will work for both the questions. And as you saw in previous questions, to solve these kind of questions nicely, we first need to do the graph. So let's graph the two circles concentric, and also for this given circle we need the center, we need the radius to be able to write its equation. So this blue circle, let's try to find the center. Now AB given to be diameter, so can I say center, let me say C. This center would be the midpoint of A and B because A and B are the end points of the diameter. So I will use the midpoint formula, add the x coordinate, divide by 2, add the y coordinate, divide by 2. I take minus 5 plus 3 divided by 2, 2 plus 6 divided by 2. So both the coordinates I am adding and dividing by 2. So minus 2 by 2, 8 by 2. So this is equal to minus 1 comma 4. So we got the center, perfect. Now this center will be same for both these circles also. So center will be minus 1 comma 4. So I can say my h is minus 1 and my k is 4. So for circles A and B, see, let's try to make it simple. So x minus h means x plus 1 square plus y minus k whole square. Can I say left side will be same for both circles? Yes. Why? Because the reason is both circles A and B are concentric circles. Concentric means same center. So left side will not change. What will change? The radius. So for example, R1 is the radius for the first, R2 is the second one. So let's find the radius of this blue circle which is given, and then we can just add 4 for the first circle and subtract 2 for the second circle radius. Okay, so for radius I need the length or the distance, and then I have to divide it by 2. So let's calculate using distance formula. Distance formula, what does it say? It says if you want to calculate the distance between the 2 points, let me change color. So A point, the first point is minus 5 comma 2, B point, the second point is 3 comma 6. I'm trying to calculate distance between them, so I'm trying to calculate the value of AB. So this is diameter, which is given by square root formula x2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square. So if I plug in the numbers, you can use your calculator. So this is 3 minus of minus 5, so plus 5 whole square, plus 6 minus 2 whole square. So just do the calculations and this whole thing will come out to be 8 square plus 4 square, which is square root of 80. So if I take it out of the radical, it will become 4 square root 10. Now this is the diameter, it's not the radius. So to get radius, I will divide diameter by 2. So it is 2 square root 10. Perfect. Now for the first circle A, B, the radius is plus 4. So can I say it is 2 square root 10 plus 4 whole square? And this is 2 square root 10 minus 2 whole square. Now, before I proceed to the next slide, I will give you a little bit of algebra that will give you the correct answer. So this is like A plus b whole square, correct? And this is a minus b whole square. So which algebra identity will help you? For a plus b whole square, you have a square plus 2ab plus b square. And for a minus b whole square, you have a square minus 2ab plus b square. So just use that along with your calculator, open this, and this thing will come out to be 36 plus 16 square root 5, the final radius. Here this value after applying this identity, a plus b whole square. So to save time, use calculator. Similarly here, when you use calculator, open it up, it will come out to be 24 minus 8 square root 5. So that's the little bit of algebra which is added to this question. Otherwise, it was a very, very simple question. Now let's check the final answers in the next slide. So this is the answer key for question 49. You can also see the graph. So the smaller circle is the one with 2 units less. The bigger circle is the one with 4 units more. So that brings us to the end of today's session where we finished learning objective 10, graphing circles. I hope this video was useful for you for solving the word problems of your EOT questions based on circles. Coming up next for you is hyperbolas and ellipses. So stay glued to the channel. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on the upcoming videos. Until then, this is Miss Ruchika signing off from today's session. See you in my next video. Bye students.